episode. Today we're going to be chatting to you guys about what personal branding is and more importantly, what it isn't. I've met so many people who say, oh, I don't want my personal brand out there because I don't want people knowing things about me. I'm a very private person. Your personal brand is not necessarily your private life. So we'll be busting those myths today and telling you what a personal brand actually is and what are the benefits of having a personal brand. But first, do like, share, and subscribe to SGCom's Corner. We love hearing from you, and comment in the comment section below on episodes that you would love to see, or if you have any questions, pop them in the box below. So the facts and myths that we'll be busting today are from this amazing book that I've read, and it's called Personal Branding for Entrepreneurs: Actions and Insights to Build Brand New and the Foundation of Your Business. It's a book by Donna Rachelson. I will add it in the bio box below and you can get yourself a copy. This is really good, and like I said, I love handy books, not too long-winded, that just give you the facts. So this is actually a gift I received from a friend of mine, Mr. Sia Jodwana, thanks so much, who said, listen, I want you to read this book and I want your company to be great. So have friends who invest in you and your business. Anyways, without further ado, let us first go into the myths about personal branding. Let's start with personal branding myth 1, which says personal branding is not about bragging or shameless promotion. So some may feel like I am going to be putting myself out there and I'm bragging about myself and I'm talking shamelessly about myself, which kind of makes me look like someone who is very self-absorbed or vain, or wants to attract unnecessary attention. That is not true. Personal branding is about taking the attributes that you have and showcasing those attributes. What does that mean? If I talk about events, if I talk about PR, if I talk about entrepreneurship, I'm going to stay top of mind to other people, and they're going to think, oh, I need to put together an event. Who do I think of? SGComs. I don't know how to position myself in business. Who do you think of? SGComs. It's not because I put myself on, but it's because I aligned myself and highlighted my strengths and my benefits, or the benefits of the company, or what the company can do for you, in order for me to get the necessary clientele. So, myth number 1 busted. Personal branding is not about wanting to make yourself famous. It's about taking your attributes and what you are good at and compiling them, putting together, and then showcasing those for people to know. Case in point, if you are an amazing seamstress, you put together the most beautiful clothes, you have amazing crafts, but no one knows about you, how are you ever going to get business? If you do not take your clothes, if you do not take your story and put it out there in order for people to know more about you. Let's go to myth bust number 2. Personal branding is not just for celebrities, and it is not about giving up your privacy. So first things first, that we need to understand that people buy into people. Now, personal branding does not mean that you are going to share every intricate detail of your life. You don't have to share where you stay. You don't have to share what car you drive. You don't even need to share where you enjoy hanging out. You don't have to share your friends. You don't have to share your family. All you have to do is to position yourself in a way that showcases the best parts of you. Now, if you're good at cooking, if you share part of your kitchen, that is a nice personal touch that you can add to your personal brand, because at the end of the day, people buy from people. I have an Instagram profile, my personal profile, which is open, my company profile, which is open, But I find that a lot of people are attracted more to my personal profile. I will share things such as restaurants that I enjoy going to, events that I attend because I'm in the events industry, workshops and talks that I am a part of, to showcase the type of work that I do. I don't necessarily share every intricate detail of my family, of where I stay, of what I drive, and all sorts of other things. And that's the beauty of personal branding. People can affiliate with you or resonate with you to a certain extent without you having to disclose every single thing about your life. So you can have a personal brand without exposing or showcasing too much of your private life, and manage to strike that balance and still be relatable to people. Remember, people relate to people. If I see you, I like what you are about, I see your value system, I get it, I grasp it, the chances of me buying into whatever that you are selling are much higher than me just buying into someone or something that I'm not 100% sure of or aware of. Number 3, personal branding is not about pretending to be someone or something that you aren't. Personal branding, like I said in episode 2, is a perceived notion of what you put out there. If you consistently put pictures of yourself in the gym every morning, we are going to then perceive you as someone who takes care of their health. If you're going to put out pictures or videos or reels of yourself partying every weekend, we are then going to perceive that you are a party animal, that you enjoy going out and having a good time. If you consistently post pictures of yourself cooking or hanging with your family, then the perception that we get as the consumer is that you are a family-oriented individual. So this does not take away from you giving a false representation of who you are. You're giving a portion or a certain aspect of your life that you will use to make money or to monetize or to build trust within that certain space. So even personal branding for medical doctors. A medical doctor came to me and said, look, I want to kind of get more traction when it comes to patients, and I know that my reputation has been questionable, and it's mainly because of hearsay from what other people say or have mentioned about this particular person, and it's not really representative of who you are. So after a couple of consultations, we had a conversation and came to a conclusion that, look, be in control of your narrative. Don't allow other people to narrate what they want to narrate and in the version that they want to narrate your life or whatever is happening. Once you take control of your narrative, you are consistently putting out positive images of yourself and your family and your practice, then we as the consumer, we as potential clients or patients are going to buy into that and see, oh my word, this person actually has a positive reputation. This also helps you in building the online community. If you have a positive reputation, the chances of other people wanting to work with you are so much higher just by virtue of them seeing what you've done online. They don't have to necessarily have met you, but because they see the type of work you do, the values that you have, the things you do with trust and integrity, they will buy into that, and by the time they meet you personally, you have already accumulated a positive rapport and your name has basically gone before you. So having a good personal brand, a positive personal brand, does not mean your private life will be taken away, but it's highlighting the positive attributes that you have about yourself that contribute to your company or your consultancy or whatever it is that you are doing. So, what is personal branding? We've busted the myths of what personal branding isn't, and now we're going to chat about what personal branding is. In the book it reads, personal branding is about understanding what makes you unique, different, and memorable. So think about it. putting up a YouTube channel, you may feel like, oh, there's so many people who do makeup, there's so many people who do lifestyle, there's so many people who talk about entrepreneurship, there's so many people who do eventing, there's so many people who do gossip blogs. What is gonna make me unique and memorable? This is where your personal brand comes in. There is first and foremost no one like you. No one has your life story from whichever corner of the world you are from. So what does that mean? You might appeal to a completely different niche market, to someone who has been doing what you're doing in a different town, in a different province, in a different state, in a different country. If I, as SG Communications, am starting a YouTube channel from the heart of Gqeberha as a young black female entrepreneur, my story and my version of how my business has come together is completely different from someone else who could have grown up in Soweto and built a business and is now thriving in Johannesburg. We have completely different stories. Our themes might be similar, our themes might be aligned, but what makes me unique, what makes me different, and what makes me memorable is the fact that I own and I am authentic about who I am, where I come from, and why I'm doing what I'm doing. So having a personal brand makes you stand out because there's nothing that we have not seen or heard or experienced, but the only thing that sets us apart is our unique elements that we add into the mix. Number 2, personal branding is about the brand you create around the individual. You become associated with specific topics and skills. So I've been invited on several platforms to either mentor, to consult, to become a guest speaker. And what surprises me is when I ask the client, what do you want me to talk about? They would first say, personal branding 101. Or we'd love for you to talk about entrepreneurship or running a business in the Eastern Cape or running a business altogether. Those are the things that they have associated me with without me even saying anything, because those are the constant themes, or those are the recurring themes that I constantly am talking about, I'm referring to, I do business about them. So those are what people associate me with. If I see a poll on Facebook, or someone is reaching out for an event organizer to do this, that, and the other, chances are someone tags SG Communications in the chat because that is who they associate to what needs to be done. When we are doing, different business expos, if we cover legal, accounting, marketing, and all things eventing, SG Comms usually comes up and is a recurring name. That's because people have associated SG Comms to all things relating to PR, events, marketing, branding. So even if they don't have a full idea or a full scope of what it is that she does or what it is a company does on a day-to-day basis, they know that when you say SG Comms, this is what you're referring to, or these are the types of services that you would then be referring to. So having a personal brand is positive in that sense, because then you will be associated to that. I've also put out the fact that I'm probably from Port Elizabeth, Gqeberha. So what I would like to achieve is then to become the PE plug. When someone wants to do something in Gqeberha, they know, there's the PE plug, SG Comms. She's the one who has the network, she knows the radio stations to deal with, or the relevant stakeholders who are going to help advance whatever it is that they want to accomplish. If you are looking to put together a press campaign for something that's being launched, the PE plug, she's based in Gqeberha, she knows what to do, and she's the best person to chat to. That's not because they've worked with me, but that's because that is what my personal brand has been putting out over the years. That is the work that speaks to what I do, and therefore people will associate you with the type of content that you put out. So we've spoken about the myths about personal branding and we've given you the facts about personal branding. And now we're going to tap into the benefits of personal branding. What are the benefits of having a good and positive personal brand? So the first one is to find investors for the business. Once you have a positive personal brand that has been established online, it is so much easier for you to attract positive investors. Once you put your work out there, we all come through with proposals and pitches, and an investor will maybe Google your name and see, wow, this person really has invested in putting out really positive work and shows a great rapport, a track record that is much longer than the proposal that they've shown here. They are trustworthy, so they can definitely put their money where your business is. Another benefit of personal branding is to attract the top talent in the business. Now, we know of companies such as the Oprah Winfrey Network, of Richard Branson's Virgin Atlantic Group, and of course, Google. With the inclusive type of work they do, the positive personal brands that they've been built around it, everyone wants to be associated with that personal brand, to be known to work in a blue chip, high-end company that has a great rapport for taking care of its employees and incorporating a holistic look and feel where you can go and watch your son play his soccer game, have lunch at the office, have gym during lunch, and just continue life and continue with your deliverables is an ideal. And that is the brand that is being put out in your large corporates or in your international companies such as Google. The reason why people are attracted to this is because the positive brand image that has been portrayed or that has been put out makes you want to be associated to that brand, and it makes it easier for the company to attract really high-end consumers and also stakeholders who work for the company. Finally, to attract referral business. So, we all know that word of mouth is still the most impactful form of communication. So if someone says, I've tried on a pair of these sneakers, they are really amazing, super comfortable, super soft, I would take that more than someone who shows me an advert of someone running that I do not know or have never had any engagement with. If someone says to me, those cupcakes are the best that I have ever tasted, and it's someone that I know personally, that word of mouth for me is much higher than an advert or any kind of advertorial could ever do. So having a positive brand for your business can attract referral business to you without you even going out there. Now, this is not to say that you do not need to be intentional about your marketing or about the way you go about your business, but having word of mouth is still one of the most powerful ways of attracting business. And it's all because of having a personal brand that is good. You also then find yourself with brand advocates, people who speak on your behalf without you even knowing about it. If someone comes and comments and says, oh, S01EP07, I tried calling them and they never got back to me, I would never work with such a company, and a brand advocate or someone who has worked with S01EP07 says maybe they have a different number, or surely they will get back to you in the next 48 hours, or maybe try them again. I've worked with them, I've dealt with them, and they're really professional and efficient and on the ball. So having a brand advocate, just because of having a good positive brand experience, can also help you have people who will speak on your behalf and defend your brand without you even knowing about it. So those are the top 3 benefits of having a positive personal brand. So before you think about having a personal brand or strengthening your personal brand, remember these things, that it will open opportunities and open windows for you, create a stronger online community, and also have brand advocates who will speak on your behalf. And that brings us to the end of our episode today. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. A very big thank you to our friends at the Hangaround Media Company. Details in the comment box below. Do like them, do follow them, and see the exceptional work that they keep on doing. And a reminder of the book, it's called Personal Branding for Entrepreneurs. Do check it out. It is available on Take-A-Lot or at your nearest bookstore. A reminder to please be a part of the action on the 3rd of September at the Wedgwood Golf Estate as we come together with the Standard Bank United Brothers in providing a golf day that's going to add so much value to the Dan Kaka Stadium and to the potential cricket players of the beautiful city of Gqeberha. From me, Sesetu Gomo Seipokwe, do good, in fact, do better, and we will see you next week, same time, right here on SGCom's Corner, where we bring you all things entrepreneurship, PR, and events from my corner of the world to yours. Goodbye and God bless.